You are listening to a recording from the 2021 PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair. We would like to take a moment to thank the residency programs who have taken the time to present at our fair this year. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap, the best resource for your Physiatry clinical preparation, audition rotations, board preparation, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and even oral board cases. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more.
All right, my name is Sean Welch. I'm from UT San Antonio. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we continue to present the presentation view.
Now it looks like it's full screen.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, again, my name's Sean. I'm a PGY3 here at UT San Antonio. I believe we have Ryder Connolly, who's a fourth year, and we may have another one joining us to help answer any questions. But I'll kind of go and get started and see what we can get through with some slides. So one of the things that makes our residency program really unique and is our faculty and our residents. We have 32 residents total, 8 per year. We're a categorical program. And so we really have a lot of opportunities to meet other residents, make acquaintances, and really get to know our faculty well. These are our department chair, our program director, and associate program director. All of them are very approachable, very open to feedback, and making great adjustments regularly to the program. So they're never satisfied with where we are. They're always pushing to make our program better. So a few new things going on at our hospital, at University Hospital in San Antonio. They're building an entire new women's and children's wing, which will only expand our pediatric rehab program. So far, we have recently included new cancer rehab faculty, new MSK faculty, and a dedicated spine center. About 50% of our training is done at the Audie Murphy VA hospital, which is increasing very quickly with our MSK and overall clinic exposure there. We also have a dedicated spinal cord injury unit and polytrauma TBI unit at the VA. For both inpatient and outpatient. And currently they're working on formalizing a TBI and SCI fellowship, which should be finalized in the next few years. So our training takes place at multiple different locations. Conveniently, they're all in a designated area of the city called the San Antonio Medical Center. We have a university hospital, which is our biggest, it's a level 1 trauma center. We have both inpatient, outpatient clinics, and a lot of exposure to different medical complexities, including transplants, spinal cord, brain injuries. So a whole host of stuff that we see over there. A lot of our training is also done at the VA hospital, the Audie Murphy VA. We do most of our intern year there, doing inpatient medicine, ICU, orthopedics. Our children's hospital is in downtown San Antonio. That's the only one that's about 15 to 20 minutes from the medical center. However, given that our inpatient rehab presence is increasing at University Hospital, we're moving most of our pediatric rotations over there. Warm Springs is one of our affiliate standalone rehab centers that we are participating in. We do about 3 months total there. We have some great faculty. We're a consult service over there compared to the primary team at University Hospital. So we get a little bit of exposure to both being primary and consult as rehab residents. San Antonio Military Medical Center is another one of our sites. There are 2 new rotations over there this year. And then the Texas Center for Athletes. Here's kind of a map showing, I know a lot of the big issues around is commute times, and where the stars are located are all where we spend about 90+% of our time throughout residency in the 4 years, and it's all in one area. So all the parking's free, and the commute between all of these stars is less than 5 minutes. So one of the things that's really strong about our program is we are a categorical program, meaning our intern year is incorporated into our residency. So we have, during our PGY 1 year, we do 5 months of inpatient medicine, 1 month in the surgical trauma ICU, and 1 month in the medical ICU. Most of these are done through the VA. We do 6 months of outpatient orthopedics, neurology, rheumatology, and geriatrics, and then 1 month of PM&R consults. These parts of the rotation really get your MSK and neurology foundation going. In orthopedics, we do a lot of injections and procedures right away. We probably get 50 to 100 peripheral steroid injections during our intern year. So we really hit the ground running there. And it also helps rotating as an intern with a lot of these other specialties, and that when we're calling consults in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th years, we have a pretty good relationship with most of the other specialties and know them personally. We have a really good peer mentorship program. So interns get paired with a PGY3, PGY2s are paired with a PGY4. And I'm just asking Annie, whether it's medical, personal, just life in San Antonio, it's become a big part of our residency program to help out those coming in. So after intern year, we obviously get into the real pediatric, the real inpatient rehab years. We do a lot of time at University Hospital. We also have a polytrauma unit at the VA. It's one of 5 in the country. We do a lot. We have a very large entrapment area in the southwestern United States. We had a lot of emerging consciousness patients all over for brain injuries. And then we also have what's called the polytrauma transitional rehab program. It's kind of like it sounds, a transition between acute inpatient rehab and going home. So a lot of these patients will do outings as a group. It's semi like field trips, but with a little bit extra supervision. So it's fun to get to participate in some of those things. I got to go to a woodworking shop recently on one of those. We also have a dedicated spinal cord injury unit at the VA, both inpatient and outpatient. And our spinal cord exposure is very significant. We get anywhere from usually 2 to 3 months, our PGY 2 year, and then another 2 to 3 months after that. So our residents are very strong in spinal cord. And like I said, we rotate both at a private practice at Warm Springs and the Children's Rehab. One of the strongest parts of our program is our EMGs. No resident ever has any trouble hitting those EMG numbers. Usually 300 plus is what most residents get. Otherwise with procedures, we get tons of ultrasound guided procedures, pain procedures in the spine. I'm just coming off of pain rotation where I was probably averaging 8 to 10 spine injections per day under fluoro guidance. We also have migraine clinics. We get to do a lot of baclofen pumps, especially on our pediatric rotations, baclofen pumps and Botox injections. Call schedule is something that a lot of people like to know about. PGY 1, none. We're not covering any of the rehab units on the nights or weekends, which is nice. PGY 2s, they cover most of the weekends, so between 8 residents, which is nice to split it up. You do 12 to 13 Saturday or Sunday shifts. PGY 3s cover the Friday nights. PGY 4s are not primary call on at all. They do provide backup support though. Our night float system is it's been changing a little bit this past year. The nice thing is it's right now it's on a 4 nights per week, so it's Monday through Thursday, so you get a 3-day weekend each time. We've been tinkering with how that's going to work in the future, as our program is very open to resident feedback, and each year we get a few new suggestions on how to run night float and make it more as good as night float could be. For didactics, every Thursday and Friday morning, we get 2 hours of protected time. Unfortunately, with COVID right now, it's mostly virtual, but in a way, it's been good because we've had a lot of outside presenters that we wouldn't normally be able to get. We do monthly board prep, we do journal club, and we have a lot of students, residents present too as well, which is nice. You can help kind of bolster your resume and really get involved in academics if you're interested in it. We have a dedicated research day. One of our chiefs, who is actually on Ryder Connolly, he's our research chief resident. We have a dedicated day towards the end of the year, and all of our residents participate in presenting research at one point during the 4 years. We have a lot of community involvement. We do Special Olympics physicals. There's a program called Dive Pirates that helps with spinal cord injury patients and doing scuba diving. It's a lot of fun, and just really getting out in the community. We do a good job. With COVID, it's been a little bit tough. A lot of events have been canceled, but this upcoming year should be getting back out there. Let's see. So we have a lot of overall support from our other residents, our faculty. Like I've said, I don't want to repeat too many things. I want to save some time for questions at the end here. But our program director and program coordinator, both of them are very, very involved in our day-to-day lives with our residents, are very approachable, easy to text, and answer questions really about anything. Our residency, the best part about it is the other residents. We've got a huge program. We all get along. We have lots of fun. We do lots of social things together, and it's a blast. Some life in San Antonio. One of the big appeals, I moved here from New England, and the cost of living here is very, very affordable. A good handful of our residents, maybe about 50+%, own homes here and can really function on just the resident's salary. There's lots of things to do, given that San Antonio is a major city of over 1 million people, yet the cost of living is affordable, and it's so spread out that there's plenty of space. And in fact, I have a 3-bedroom house with a backyard here for my 3 dogs. So a lot of people do well with kids, dogs, family. It's really, really an affordable place to live with lots of things to do. So this is one of the things that a lot of people like to see is, where do our graduates go? So this past year, so there's 8 residents per year who graduate. Last year, 5 of them did fellowships, 3 in pain, 1 in interventional spine and MSK, and 1 in spinal cord, and 3 went on to general private practice, PM&R. And going back, I won't read off all of the previous years, but there's a good mix. Pain has been a big focus with a lot of our graduates in the past. And we have just a very overall well-rounded program, so that going into general PM&R is residents are very, very competent. So that's all I have here. We have our Twitter, Instagram handles, website, and then my email, as well as Dr. Probert, who's part of our student outreach committee, with any further, if you guys have any questions or want to reach out to us or think of something down the road. But otherwise, I'm here to answer any questions.
Thank you, Sean. We have 5 minutes for questions.
Oh, I think I'm just pulling up the chat right now.
Yeah, I think a question just popped up.
Okay. What rotations do we do at San Antonio Medical Center? We have the surgical trauma ICU as interns travel over there, and the 4th year residents do inpatient rehab, and I believe it's the burn rehab there.
Yeah, so so this year, Sean, so hey everyone, I'm Ryder. I'm a 4th year. So the SAMC rotation is actually brand new for us. So I'm actually going to be one of the first residents to rotate there. So we do the burn unit, and then we're going to also do a musculoskeletal rotation. It'll be an outpatient rotation.
All right, other questions I have in here. Is call 24 hours, and is it in-house or at? Right now, so on the weekends, the PGY2s, it's a 24-hour call. Generally, you come in, you round in the morning with the attending, usually takes about 45 minutes or so, and then you take call from home throughout the day and have to come back to the hospital at night. So you do spend the night in the hospital, but during the day, it's from home. Lots of other questions. Most unique aspect of residency here. I think our residents really make the program unique. Having 32 total residents, it's so easy to make friends, to have a social life, and there's always something going on. It's easy to find places to go hang out in San Antonio. There's lots of great food, lots of great outdoor activities. We do things like floating the river here in New Braunfels is a big fun activity, and just great atmosphere overall. Everyone's so nice. And again, that kind of wraps into the other question about living in San Antonio. Same thing. And the cost of living, I think, is huge. So much of residency can be stressful, and having a little bit of financial freedom is really good. Coming from a place of much higher cost of living, it's so nice coming here and being able to afford a house, really being able to do the things I want to do. My quality of life has gone up significantly compared to medical school. Any advice for IMGs applying? I think the biggest thing I would suggest is just show that you're interested in a program, and whether it's rotating there yourself or attending, we have opportunities for students to attend didactics. If you want to send me an email, I'd be happy to get anybody on our didactic schedule, so that way you could join virtually, and kind of showing your interest in our program is the biggest thing I would suggest with applying. And that way you can kind of see what our didactics are about, get to meet some of the residents. Our program is definitely interested in students doing OMT. I am not a DO, but we do have probably about 60% of our residents are DOs. So there's a lot of opportunities to use OMT in clinic and improve those skills that you have.
So I also just want to add that we actually do have an OMT clinic that even our MD residents rotate through with the help of our DO faculty.
Yeah, I think we have 2 more minutes left.
And Ryder, is there anything else that you wanted to add in?
No, I think you did a great job, Sean. I think we probably have time for one more question.
All right, or we give everyone a little bit of a break. Where do most residents live? A handful of them live right in the medical center. There's a whole host of apartment complexes there, and homes nearby, both for purchase and for rent. I live about 12 minutes northwest of the medical center. And then there's a handful of residents that live a little bit further out, about 20 minutes or so. But that's the further out you go, the more land you get, more space. But I think everybody's within 20 minutes or something. No one has bad commutes here.
I guess that's all the time we have. Thank you so much, Sean, for your presentation.
Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it.